Everybody, it's Kyle. Once again, the world's leading expert on patellar tendon ruptures. So continuing with this weekly series I've been doing for you all about answering your questions. This is an email I got in 2014. Kind of give you a brief rundown. This fellow ruptured his patellar tendon in April of 2014. He had additional damage, didn't start physical therapy for 6 weeks after the surgery, which is very common. He was a former Division I athlete who played basketball, so a high-level athlete. He had numbness. I'm going to address that in a minute on the right portion of his knee. So remember that. He had difficulty regaining range of motion. And listen, if you're in a brace for 6 weeks, or they lock you up for 6 weeks, or you follow that advice, you're gonna have more difficulty regaining your range of motion. I did that with my first knee, the first time I ruptured my patellar tendon, my left side. The way you heal something is you move it and you get heat to it. You don't let it sit still. Some of the worst medical advice we've ever been led to believe. So that's one thing. He talks about they wanted to put him under MUA, manipulation under anesthesia. Don't do that. I have a lot of people that reach out to me and say the doctor wants to do that. That is a lazy person's way to think, and it's fear-based thinking. You have to be consistent. You got to follow the videos I have out. If you have the book, follow the protocol in there. It will work. I guarantee it. I never recommend going back in for surgery unless you, for some reason, retort, and that's only happened once or twice for the people that I've worked with. And it was like one guy slipped on ice. The other guy, the surgery was completely botched the first time around. So let's see. He dropped out of PT in August, so that was 3.5 months later. He went back to doing traditional leg day. He had a heavy hitch when he was running. First, guys, a lot of people said, when can I start running again? I want to start running. What's the point of the running, right? Running puts a lot of wear and tear on any joint in your body. So if it's just to run, then you're much better off doing stuff that's low impact on a joint, such as the stationary bike or the elliptical, to regain range of motion. He was trying to gauge his progress by the leg extension machine. I would not do that. His arthritis kicked in. He had a big regression. MRI looked normal. He still has limited muscle and numbness remains. So listen, okay, about the numbness. When they cut your knee open, your leg open, you're gonna have nerve damage, most likely to the sensory nerves that are on the skin. I still cannot feel the lateral portion of either of my legs. That's fine. It's not dangerous. Back when I was going for acupuncture with my first patellar tendon rupture, the lady would put the needle, she was going 3 inches into the joint, and she said, this, that doesn't bother you? That should be extremely painful. Remember, there's a lot of nerve endings in your knee, and I couldn't even feel it. So that was kind of throughout the knee too, but that's part of what happens when you have a surgery of this magnitude. So you have to focus not on the quad. The quad is not how you rehab a knee. For quad development, though, get out of the brace as soon as you can. Get off the crutches as soon as you can. Within 2 weeks is what I recommend. You got to train the posterior chain, your hamstrings and your glutes. Your hips control your knees, all right? And you can start that very early on in the process because you don't need much range of motion to do that if you're doing Romanian deadlifts or straight-legged hip extensions like glute bridges on the ground or your legs elevated. So something to keep in mind. And again, he can't really fathom putting his knee or kneeling on the ground because of that numbness. It's something you'll get used to, guys. It's something you'll get used to. It's not dangerous. So he did start incorporating a lot of pool work. So I used that both times around, just for the buoyancy. Use the pool if you have access to it for walking lunges, jogging, and then he also got to deadlifts. Again, I would get on Romanian deadlifts within the first 3 weeks tops. I'd be doing that. And then he had fear that he'd never have an active life again. He wants to get back to running and jumping. As far as running, guys, give it 9 months before you feel good, 9 to 12 months to get out there and sprint. It's not a rush, okay? Had a fellow this year that I helped, he bought the book and we were working on, he had a ski trip about 4 months after the surgery, and he had a great time. He was doing the advanced mountains, the black diamonds, whatever you call it, and but that's lower impact. So that's that. Hopefully some of that connects with you. I know this was a little bit longer, but you'll see common themes as I answer these questions for you. A lot of you have the same questions or experience the same things. It's all common. There's a silver lining to this. Remember, it's more about your mindset than anything with this injury. It's not like anything else out there. All right. And remember that. Remember, I'm here to help you. Post questions below. If you have some, I'll be happy to help you out. And the link for the book is below. Peace.